Okay, so this week we're going to work on rates of change, lines. So realistically, we're going to build up to this. Okay, y equals mx plus b. This is your equation of a line. Okay, this is your equation of a line here. This is going to be the big thing we work to all week. And we kind of keep building up towards and keep building with. So the two parts of equation with line, well, there's three parts, right? There should be a small y. The y and x are just points on a line, okay? They're going to be like your points x comma y that are in your that you get asked to plot. Okay, so that's an x and y. So we don't have to really. They're going to be variables that are going to change. The two things we're going to work with right now is our m and our m value is today's work. Okay, m is our rate of change, or also known as slope. Okay, rate of change or slope. So rate of change, we're going to find it by looking at a graph or a table of values. So this is the two ways you can kind of find rate of change. And we've done this a little bit before, but we're going to redo it since it's been a little while. So we're going to spend today kind of looking at rate of change. For some people, it's going to be a quick little review. For other people, it's going to be a nice way to start up. So, rate of change. Well, first of all, our rate of change, we have to remember, is rise over run. Okay? Rise over run. So, if we want to find the rate of change of something, we're going to do the rise, just feels like it's way over run. So we're going to have 2 points on a line. We're going to work with that. So in this case, we're going to pick, let's use a marker here. I know they're already done here, but this dot and this dot is going to be our rate of change. So we're going to do it. So we're going to take a look at our rise. And our rise is going to be the difference between here and here. In this case, it's -3. So if I was doing my rate of change, my rise is -3, and my run is 1, 2, 3, but it's not 3, because each of these blocks are worth 1, so that's 30. And then we can reduce this, because 3 goes into both of these, to be -1 over 10. So our rate of change of this is -1 over 10, which just simply means for every rise, for every one that goes up, it's going to go down 10. It's going to go, right? It's going to run 10. So, okay? So remember, if a line goes down from left to right, it's going to be negative. Okay, rise, run. Okay, so every one it rises, it's going to go down 10. We're going to do a whole bunch of these. So let me pull this one over here. So let's take a look at this one. So rise over run. So once again, we'll pick 2 spots. And I like to pick spots. We could pick this spot and this spot, but this kind of in between. I guess it's perfectly halfway between. But if we pick this spot's right on the line, right? So remember, rise over run is what we're looking at here. So we're going to go up, we're going to make a little triangle, up, and then over. The up or down is our rise, okay? And here is our run. I forgot the U. So in this case, our rise goes from 15 to 18. So that's going to be 3. So I can write it over here. 3. And our run goes from 0 to 2. So it's going to be 3 over 2. Now I like to keep it just like that. Don't make it into a decimal place. I do not want to see 1.5. Okay? No 1.5s. Just leave it as a fraction. Okay? In a couple days, I'll show you why it's beneficial as a fraction. So I rise 3 over 2. Okay? And you betcha I have lots more to go over for practice. Oh my gosh, why did this happen? So I'm going to attempt to go back, because some reason this sticks on my screen. Why this sticks on my screen, I have no clue why it sticks. I won't be able to get rid of that. So I'm going to cut away from you guys and come back in a couple of minutes. Okay, back here. So, rise over run again. So let's take a look here. So, rise over run. Let's pick, first thing I want to do is pick 2 spots. Okay? So spot number 1 is going to be here. Spot number 2, I'm going to pick, let's pick here. That's my spot number 2. And you can pick anywhere on there. Remember, rise over run. So let's draw my rise over run now. So it's going to go from here to here. I'm going to make a little triangle. This is my rise. This here is my run. So how far do I go down? I go 1, 2 down. And since it's down, it's going to be negative. It's going to be -2 over, what's it go over? It doesn't go over 2 because it's going up by 25s here. So it's going to go over 50. Therefore, if I reduce it, it's a negative 1 over 25 is my rate of change or my rise over run. Okay? So let's do another one here. Let's see if you guys can figure it out ahead of time by looking at this. Oh, it's a big one. So let's make my pen red. So I'm going to pick here. It's always nice to pick nice easy ones. There's my marker. Then it goes through right here nicely. So rise over run. I'm going to make my triangle. Right? Rise over run. So here it's from here to here. It's going down, going from 360 to 320. So that's -40 over, what's my run? My run's 2 squares. Let's not make sure it's 2, but it is 2. So we're going from 0 to 2, so it's going to be 2. Then I want to reduce it. 40 divided by 2 is going to be -20. Okay. Let's keep practicing. I have 1 more, it looks like. 2 more. For some reason I picked a lot of downward ones, but that's not bad. So, I'll let you guys pause it here if you want to give it a try to see if you can get the right answer. Okay? So I'm going to pick my two spots. I'm going to pick this one and this one, just because I know they land on there perfectly. So my rise here, we're going from left to right, so we're going to go down 40 because we go 40 to 0. So it's going to be minus 40 over, it's going over 6. Of course, that doesn't come out perfect, so let's just reduce it. So let's divide everything by 2. So it's going to be minus 20 over 3. And one last one. Oh. Zoom out here. Let's just grab that. Oh. Let's grab this, bring it over. So rise over run again. We have our two spots picked out. So let's do the rise over run here. So we're going to make a triangle. And this here is 3. So our rise is going to go 1, 2, 3. And our run goes from 4 to 8. So it's going to be 4. Right, so 3 and 4. So there's our rise over run. 3 over 4. Leave it as a fraction. No 0.75. Okay? So that's how to get it from a graph. So if I were to go back here, oh, why did you do that? For some reason it sticks sometimes. So if I were to go back here, from a graph, step 1, oops. Step 1 would be pick 2 spots on the graph. Step 2 would be draw a triangle on the graph connecting your spots. And step 3 would be to count up or down, negative if down, for the rise. And step 4 would be count left, always count right, sorry, count right for the run. And there's your rise or run. And hypothetically, step 6 would be to reduce the fraction. Okay? So I got to close this real quick and then reopen it because for some reason the marker sticks every so often. So next we have a table of values. So, same concept holds true. Oops. Rise over run still. Okay? Now remember that the y, if I were to draw a Cartesian plane here, y is this way, x is this way. Okay? So logically, the y is my rise, and the x is the run. So all we're going to do is we're going to figure out the difference between these two. Okay? And we're going to go, first difference, so we're going to go 4 minus 1 for the rise. 4 minus 1. So over here, 4 minus 1 equals 3. And this one here, we're going to go 1 minus 0. So the rise over run here is 3. So we're going to take the lower term and minus it off the upper term. 4 minus 1, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0. Okay, so our rise over run, our rate of change here, is 3. Okay?
Yeah.
1 second, Kaylee, I'm kind of teaching. I know you have a brownie. So, my daughter just wandered into the room, so. The next one. Still. Rise over run. This is the rise. This is the run. Okay? So let's take a look here. So we're going to go 2 minus negative 3 over 2 minus 0. Now remember, a negative and negative are going to make a positive here. So it's going to be 5 over 2. Right? So a negative and negative, they're going to become a positive. Because realistically, it's like this. Right? They're going to multiply in, and that's going to make a positive 3. Those will end up as 2 plus 3. As my computer slows down every time I go to make a 3. Okay? So next one, I have lots for you. So you can see the practice. Once you get it, you can exit the video if you think you have it. Right? But if you want to keep seeing it over and over again, so rise over run. Here's my rise. Here's my run. Here's my rise. So we're going to go here, here again. Did I just do that one? I just did that one. Let's get rid of this. Let's grab this one. See if I can fit it in the same one. Right. So keep this open. Then let's use the bottom one here. So rise is my y value. It's going to be the one on the right. So I'm going to go here. So this is 85 minus 72. And my run is going to be the one on the left, which is going to be 3 minus 2, which then equals 13 over 1. So it's just going to equal 13. And let's do, now if this were to come out, it can come out negative as well, although I don't have any examples here for you. So rise over run again. Rise, and the y is the rise one, and then the run is the x. So here we're going to go negative 3 minus negative 1. And over here we're going to go 16 minus 13. So what's that going to equal? Top's going to equal 3. And the bottom, these are going to add negative and negative, make a positive, so it's going to be negative 2. So the answer is going to be minus 3 over 2. And let's go one more just for fun. And why that sticks, I have no clue. I gotta go look that up. Why it's sticking. So, here we go. So, as we said, rise over run. So, rise is going to be a left one. And you could pick any number in here. I could pick these two if I wanted to. 11 minus 8 over, and I just had to pick the corresponding pair. 3 minus 2, which equals 1 over, and it's going to be 3 over 1. So the answer is going to be 3. Right. So steps for that one, and that's stuck. I have no clue why. Steps for that one. How would I dictate this as steps? I don't know if I can dictate it as steps. Alright, so let's say take two y values. Okay. Take two y values, minus off the top number from the bottom number. This is your rise. Take two x values. And copy this. This is your run. And the last step would be to reduce the fraction. Okay. And just one last little thing here. Let's take this last one. I could pick any two numbers. I could pick these two if I really want to. Okay. Oops. 14 minus -4 over, so it'll be 4 minus -2. So that would equal 18 over 6. Because these are going to become a plus, that's going to become a plus, which is going to equal 3. Doesn't matter what two numbers you pick from. You're still going to get the same one. Alright, that video might have been a little long, but hopefully no one has any issues with it. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.